So good to see you all. Welcome everybody. We're going to talk today about how to make super simple Zoom intro videos for embedded tutors and SI leaders. So if you would do me a favor, and let's start to build a little bit of community. If you can find the chat and just tell us what your name is, what college you're from, and what role you play. So tell us if you're a tutor, if you're an SI leader, if you're a faculty member, if you're a staff, maybe you are a peer educator, or maybe you're an administrator. Go into that chat and let's just kind of get a sense of who's in the room today. So what colleges are we from? What roles do we play at our colleges? These workshops are always such a wonderful mixture of peer educators and faculty and staff. It's just really, really nice to see the kind of diversity that we get in these statewide workshops. So find that chat and let us know. All right, we've got some tutors from Pierce College. Hey. So we got Long Beach City College. Hello, hello. All right, we got some Pierce in the house. Grad students from CSUN in the house. If you're just getting here, we're going to get started in 1 minute. Please find the chat and tell us what's your name, what's your college, and what role do you play at that college? And as you can see in the chat, we've got some really awesome diversity. We've got adjunct faculty coordinators for math services at Fresno City. What is up, Anna? We got some tutors from Pierce College. So my colleagues are here. We got Antelope Valley, super awesome. We got department chair and learning center faculty. We have tutors, all kinds of cool people in the room, all at the same time. Oh, business and real estate. Go Regina. All right. Cool. Very cool. And Eduardo Sosa just tutors all the things at Orange Coast. Super cool. Very welcome. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. So it's 3:02. We're going to get started. My name is Crystal. I am the director of the Tutoring Center at Los Angeles Pierce College, and I'm also a coordinator for the California Community Colleges Success Network. That's 3CSN for short, and 3CSN is a chancellor's office funded organization that provides professional learning and networking opportunities to folks all across California and beyond. I don't see anybody outside of California here today, but sometimes we get folks from Oregon, Georgia, Portland. Oh, I said Oregon twice, didn't I? Washington, all kinds of cool places. So although the California's Chancellor's Office funds this and we chiefly do things in California, tutoring is something that goes beyond just our borders, SI, peer assistance. And so we get folks from all over the country. So it's really, really good to see you all here. We come here every Friday at 3 o'clock, and we will talk about a different topic that relates to peer education. And by peer educators, we're talking about tutors, SI leaders, we're talking about peer mentors, and we're also talking about the faculty, staff, and administrators who are involved with learning assistance. So bring them all every Friday this semester at 3 o'clock, and we'll talk about a different topic presented by a different group of folks who are in learning assistance in some way. So we're going to kick it off by something super practical and super easy, something right at the beginning of the semester and something we all need right at the beginning of the semester. We're going to talk about how to introduce ourselves to our faculty members, to our students, and also if you are a faculty member or student, this is also a great skill to provide for your peer educators, or a great way for you to introduce to yourself to your students as well. So it's great for everybody. These workshops are geared for peer educators and coordinators of learning assistance centers, but these are wonderful skills that relate to anybody who is in education, anybody who's interested in teaching and learning. So with no more further ado, let's talk a little bit about how today works. We're going to talk a little bit about sort of the principles that make up a good introductory video. We're going to talk about the steps for writing and crafting it in the beginning so you don't wing it, so you know what you're doing when you're in there. We're actually gonna write up our own quick prototype of an intro video today, and then you're gonna be able to practice that script with somebody else in a small group at the end. So we're gonna talk for the next hour from 3 to 4 o'clock about how to make a video. And then if you want to hang out, you can stay from 4 to 4:30. We always have what we call an after hours disco. Disco means discussion. Yeah, so we're going to stay from 4 to 4:30 so we can share ideas, problem solve, or just build community and talk about what's going on. So you're very welcome to stay from 4 to 4:30 if you'd like, but if you need to leave at 4 o'clock, we completely understand. We will send you other links and materials in the chat, so just make sure you know where that chat is. And again, if you haven't already, find that chat, tell us your name, tell us what college you come from, and tell us what role you have at that college. Let us know if you're faculty, staff, peer educator, what you do there. All right. Okay, everybody's going to start off muted, but at some point you're all going to be speaking to somebody else, right? Because we will have some breakouts towards the end so you can practice this stuff. But if you have a question, comment, or best practice that you would like to share with us, please do put it in the chat, or you can raise your Zoom hand. And when we get to a stopping point, I will invite you to unmute yourself. So this is how I do it. Everybody else has their expertise, and I want to hear your expertise too. So if you have principles, best practices, things that you've done that have gone really well, things that you've done that have gone horribly, and you want to warn people against doing that thing, share all those ideas in the chat. We want to hear them. So just so we can get ready for the work that we're going to do together today, we're going to set up some community agreements so you can kind of prepare your brain for the work ahead. We are going to do some sloppy prototype writing today, and that might not feel super comfortable. You're like, I don't write. Don't worry, we're not going to put anything in stone. We're not going to show it to your college president or anything. We're just going to do some sloppy writing for yourself today, just to kind of get your brain juices flowing. All right, so get ready for that. I'm going to show you some tools in Zoom, and you're not going to necessarily memorize every single step. It might be new. I'll give you this PowerPoint and I'll go over anything that you need me to go over a second time, third time, 8,000th time. So it's okay if you don't get it right the first time. Bring those confusions, bring those questions, and we'll all figure it out together. And just it's really important, I like to remind everybody to just kind of be nice to each other. It's a hard time of life. It's a hard time to be in this semester, in this time, half in school, sort of half at home, just stressful. So let's create a space together today where we can be a little off kilter, a little confused, a little stressed out, and we can still work together and be a strong community. All right, so with our introductory comments behind us, let's talk a little bit about the introductory videos themselves. So I want to always start with the why. So why would I bother making an introductory video? These are hard and I'm busy, right? I get that. I know they're hard and I'm busy too. These are the reasons that I do them. First of all, it promotes your work, especially if you're an SI leader or you're a tutor, or even a faculty member. Students don't have to come and see you in those drop-in hours or those office hours or in those tutoring hours. We want to make sure that students feel super welcome, and we want to make sure that they know that we're human and kind and real. And so making a quick video can really help promote your work, help you create an image of an actual human being. You can actually tell students how to find you, like with words, right? All the different modalities are really important when learning a new skill. So yes, you can send students a list of instructions on how to find you. Absolutely. You can also shoot a quick video where you're actually telling them how to find you. Working with those modalities together is going to really, really help students learn and figure out where to find you. Also, there may be specialized information that doesn't sound great in on a website or on a flyer. You can share that in your introductory videos. And what's really beautiful about these is that students can watch them again and again and again. They're going to be captioned, they're going to be accessible so that students can watch it at 3 o'clock in the morning, especially if you're a fast talker like me. Somebody might want to hear it and read it again and again and again. So if you just do a presentation in your class, that's okay, but students get to hear it once. You make a video, they can keep hearing it again and again. So I'm going to start with some examples. So you're going to see 4 examples of introductory videos that have come from tutors from our college, from Pierce College. As you're watching those 4 videos, I want you to be thinking about a couple of things. What information are they including? What information would you like to include in yours that you're seeing or not seeing, right? Are there questions that come up for you? Well, that was a great video, but I really wish I'd known this and this and that. So really be thinking about that critical eye. You're about to make one of these. So what do you see? What are they doing that you like? And what questions or other information would you include? All right. So I'm going to put this up here and hopefully it'll work and somebody will confirm for me that the audio is up and running. Number 1, here we go.
Hi, my name is Valley and I'm your chemistry tutor. Tutors can help you understand the expectations in your classes and learn new study techniques that will last you throughout the rest of college. We want to help you build study skills to become independent learners in your classes. Your learning is important, so don't hesitate to reach out. Give me a hand if you're just beginning to figure out what works best for you, but also if you're already feeling confident with your studies and just have a few questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Ask away. We can brainstorm, work together through practice problems, go over any mistakes on assignments you've gotten back from your professor, or make a study plan together. The transition to online classes has been challenging for lots of people. So if you like, we can work together to find some solutions for that. Wherever you are in your learning, I'd love to work with you. Please come visit me during my hours, message me through your Canvas inbox, or post a question on the discussion board. Hope to see you soon.
Aww, that was a minute, just 1 minute, and I just feel so welcome, right? Okay, so that was number 1. Here is the second one, also very short. Let's see how this one goes.
Hi everyone, my name is Valeria and I'm your course embedded tutor for Professor Kramer's class. I've taken this course before and I earned an A in it, so I'm just here to guide you guys through the semester and share some of the strategies that helped me succeed in this class. You'll see me attend class regularly and I'll be taking down notes, answering any questions that you guys may have during class, and also helping you guys out during peer review days. You can also meet with me outside of class at the tutoring center, either before class or after class. And I'll go ahead and post my scheduled hours up on Canvas under announcements for you all. Oh yeah, I think that's about it. I'll see you all in class and I hope to see you guys at the tutoring center as well. Bye.
All right, so as you can see there, Valeria actually has some like editing skills, right? So she put a little bit more effort into doing the cuts and all that stuff. She makes good videos for us. This one's super short and super easy and done from somebody's bedroom. So let's look at what that one looks like. Here we go.
Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy. I'm a philosophy tutor over at Pierce, usually in the Center for Academic Success. I've been tutoring for about 4 years now or so. And I'm one of the many philosophy tutors who are going to be available in the weeks moving forward as we all try to transition over to this online experience. I understand things are a little uncertain. Everyone's not quite sure how this is going to go, but I assure you that we're all working as hard as we can to make sure that this goes down as seamlessly as possible. So please feel free to reach out with the questions that you might have. I'll be available for Zoom meetings. You can look at the schedule on the tutoring Canvas page for that. And you can also find the courses that I will be available for. I look forward to working with you all moving forward. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
I just love like the low tech little whiteboard that he has in the background. Love that. All right. So you don't need high tech skills to do that. You just need a bedroom and a whiteboard. All right. Here's the last one. This one is hot off the press, a little bit more polished, a little bit more Zoom based. And I'm going to hope that the captions work on this one. Let's see.
Hi there. My name is Eric Sassoon, and I'm one of the anatomy tutors here at Los Angeles Pierce College. I took anatomy with Professor Sim, Mr. Burke in the spring of 2020. It was through these classes that I learned a lot about good study habits and which ones worked for me in order to excel. I hope to share these study habits with you in the coming semester. For the fall 2021 semester, I will be a course embedded tutor for sections 12-645, 12-677, and 27-819. That means I'll be tutoring from 12:20 to 2:20 p.m. on Wednesdays, in addition to tutoring from 12:20 to 2:20 p.m. and 3:20 to 6:40 p.m. on Thursdays. In these classes, I will answer any questions you may have about anatomy to the best of my abilities. If I don't know the answer, don't worry, we can find it together. I also have an online general session hour that will be held on the CAS Anatomy Tutor Canvas shell at 2:20 p.m. to 3:20 p.m. on Thursdays. Please feel free to come through and ask any questions related to anatomy or general study habits. Now, anatomy can be a difficult subject, but don't worry, the CAS is here to help with any questions you may have regarding the material. The anatomy tutors have been in the same situation as you, and we will do our best to help you in any way we can. Remember, there's no such thing as a bad question. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you soon.
All right, so there's Eric. Okay, so there's your 4. I apologize for the captions. They weren't working on that last one. I'll have to fix that for the next one. So as you can see, they're all kind of different, right? Some of them were done via Zoom with a nice background. Some were just done with a camera in your bedroom. Some were done with a nice professional background. Some were done with a whiteboard. But they all had a couple of things in common, right? They were all very encouraging. They spent that time to make themselves accessible, right? To help people understand that confusion is normal. And they all had some element of where to find them. But for the most part, the focus really was on building that community and building that rapport. So those are just a couple of examples to get your brain started on what you would like to write. Now let's talk about the actual writing process. So first of all, yes, you want to write it. Don't try to wing it. What I do when I just wing it, I'm just like, oh, I know what I want to say. I'll just shoot this video really quickly. It ends up 6 minutes long, and I have to do it 12 times because I misspeak, I don't know what I'm doing, and then I forget things and so on. I don't know if you've ever heard the old saying that the lazy man works twice as hard. That applies here. Take a little bit of time to write out what you want to say, so that way it actually goes faster once you're ready to do the actual shooting. Here is a tip from a cinema and film tutor of ours, Adon, who no longer works here, but created this lovely PowerPoint a couple of semesters ago. If you just take a regular Microsoft Word page, and you set it up just like MLA, right? 1-inch margins, double spaced, Courier New, and 12-point font, right? So just like you were writing an essay in English 101. If you set it up just like that and do a line break every couple of sentences, 1 page is going to equal 1 minute. This is important because you're going to be like, oh, my video is going to be 35 seconds. And then you're going to write it out, and then you're going to film it, and then it's 6 minutes, and you don't even want to watch it, right? These videos do need to be short, 2 minutes or less, or people will not get to the end of them. So it's one of the really good reasons why you want to write it out first using this tip, right? So 2 to 3 pages is a 2 to 3 minute video, right? So let's talk about setting up. We've talked about content, we've talked about writing it. Now let's talk about the actual process of shooting the video. So number one, set it up. Make sure that your camera is in a good distance. Nobody needs to see the inside of your nose, but we also need to be able to hear your voice, right? So test it out, make sure you're not too close and not too far. Also, make sure there's not any spooky shadows on your face that makes you look like something out of the Blair Witch Project, if you ever saw that film. So make sure that you're looking at the lighting and the camera angle to make sure that the background light is okay and that you're at an angle that you're comfortable with. All right. Next thing you want to do on Zoom is share your screen. So if you go down to that little taskbar at the bottom where you find the chat, find share screen, and you'll be able to pick the screen that you want to share. So you'll kind of be able to see a little preview of it. So there's mine, right? So make sure you share your screen and then you're going to hit share at the bottom. Then you're going to click record. Now there's going to be two options when you record your Zoom video. One is going to be record to the cloud and one is going to be to record to your computer. I recommend that you record to the cloud, and there's a couple of reasons why I say this. Number one, the resolution tends to be a little bit better. Number two, it's a lot easier to share it because then you can just go and pick up a link and send it out. And number three, you don't want to fill up your computer with a bunch of videos because they do take up a lot of memory. So no reason to store that on your computer. Just do keep in mind that when you record to the cloud, they do eventually go away. So at some point, I can't remember what it is, maybe somebody knows and you can tell me in the chat. I think it's like 1.5 years that Zoom will keep them. So if you want it for longer than that, make sure that you download it and look out for the chat because I'll bet somebody knows that. So Wendy points out that that it is Times New Roman, not Courier, that's MLA. That is very true. Other than that, it's MLA. Yes, very nice. Thank you. But if anybody knows that time limit for Zoom to keep your recording, do go ahead and put that in the chat. I do know that I think it's 1.5 years, but I could be lying to you. So I recommend that you record it to the cloud for those reasons. But if you want to do any high-tech editing, like something more like what Valeria did, then you'll need to record it onto your computer to do anything like that. Cloud will just allow you to do basic editing, and that'll just be the captioning and snipping the beginning and the end off to make it look better. You can always download it to your computer later, though, if you record it to the cloud. So that's my recommendation. Then you're going to hit record and you're going to start recording, right? And then you are going to hear something in the other room and you're going to have to stop recording because there's an interruption. You have two options. You can either hit pause and then go and feed your child or, soothe your dog and come back and hit resume and it'll be the same recording. Or you can hit stop and then it'll stop the recording altogether and you can hit start again and it'll start a new recording. So if you're doing your Zoom video and you misspeak and you start giggling, whatever it is, all you need to do is hit stop, right? Get yourself together and then hit record again and it'll start a new recording. All right. When you're completely finished, just hit the stop button and then it'll automatically stop the recording. Now, next, you're going to go and find the recording and you're just going to alter it a little bit to make it consumable for the public. So in order to do this, you're going to go into your Zoom accounts. Along the side for me on my web browser, I've got a button that says recording. So you're going to go find that recordings button. And then that'll take you to a page of all of your recordings. And you're going to find the one that matches the date and time that you recorded your video. And then you're just going to click the name of it or the name of the Zoom room right there. Right. Now you want to do some trimming and some captioning. So you want to start by just hitting auto transcribe. Now it does this anyway for you. So if you forget to do this, it'll probably auto transcribe for you, but you can jumpstart the process by hitting auto transcribe. This may take a while, so I always hit that first, and then I move on to do the rest of my trimming. Now, you might have clicked the button to start your recording, and then you might have taken a second to figure out where you were, what you were saying. And so the first couple of seconds of your recording might not have anything that is substantive. You can trim off the beginning and the end of your recording right there in the cloud without doing any crazy editing. So we'll talk about that. So there's a little scissor icon in the bottom of your recording. So you can click that little scissor icon and you can cut off the beginning in case it took you a minute to get warmed up. And oftentimes, more importantly, you want to cut off the end because most videos end with something like this. I'm going to act it out. You ready? All right. I look forward to seeing you in the center. Bye-bye. All right, you need that off. So all of that problem solving that you did in order to find the buttons, people don't need to see your problem solving face. You can just trim that right off the end, right? Right, Lindsay? Yes. So you want to trim the beginning and trim the end. Like I said, you can do it right there in the cloud. You don't have to have editing software and you don't have to have it on your computer in order to do that. Do keep in mind that you can't edit the middle using this software or using Zoom. If you wanted to edit the middle or like put something in there, then you'd have to download it on your computer, put it in a software program that you have, and do all the fancy things in the world that you want with it. But if you just want to do a quick and dirty thing, this is all you can do with Zoom, is just trim off the beginning and the end. Right? Okay, the next thing you need to do, super important, is fix your captions. So Zoom will auto caption, but it's not going to auto caption very well. It doesn't really understand you and it does not understand your context. So if you actually want to make it accessible to students, you need to go in and read it very carefully and make sure that the meaning and the syntax and the spelling is all correct. So what you want to do is you want to go and click this little pencil icon. So, right, so like you'll see this, the recording over here, and then on the side, you'll see an auto transcript, and there's going to be like a little, that's a pencil, believe it or not. You want to click that, and then it'll open up a text box, a little text box. It does it in little sections. And so as you're watching the video, you can go in here and change the captions. You can pause your video, take it back, watch it again, change the captions. Once you've changed your captions, make sure you hit save. I have failed to hit save before and had to go back and redo all my captions again. It is not fun. So make sure that you hit save after each and every box that you edit, each and every chunk of text, so that it will record that for future use. Now, that's it. Now it's trimmed, now it's captioned correctly, and you are ready to share. So right there in the recording space in Zoom, there's going to be a button that says copy the shareable link. Just push that button, that's it, and send it off. Go be one with the world, share it with your students. There's a couple of different ways that you can share this with your students. A lot of them, if you are a peer educator, you'll need your instructor's help to do this. Some of the ways you can do it by yourself. So if you're embedded in a Canvas shell, you can ask the faculty member to embed it into a module. So if you're a faculty member or a coordinator, you can take that video and just embed it right in the syllabus or the home page or the introductory page or whatever it is that you'd like. If you're a tutor or an SI leader and you're embedded in somebody else's Canvas shell and you're allowed to have access to their discussion boards, you can put it right in the discussion board. So introduction, hi, I'm Crystal, I tutor education. Here's my welcome video, done. And also, if you're a peer educator and if you're in Canvas, you generally have access to the inbox as well. So I would ask faculty permission before you go and email everybody in the class, but you can go into the inbox and email out your welcome video to students who are in that class. Don't have access to Canvas, you can also email it out to students. So you can embed it in the email, but in order to do that, you'd actually have to put the video on YouTube. And if that's too high tech for you, no, don't worry about it. You can just put the link right in the email and send it off to faculty members to meet you, to students, or ask faculty members to send it to students. Lots of different ways to do it. And of course, you can post it on social media. I know Discord is very popular with the youngs these days. So Discord, Instagram, Facebook, if anybody uses that, that's also popular with the olds. We like Facebook still. So share that video in as many places as you possibly can, and as many places as you can do so safely with permission. All right. So let's just take a moment to breathe, ask questions, and tell me if you have any questions, if you have any tips, if you have any ideas for what you can do or what you have done that's been successful. Is anybody interested in raising their hand to ask a question, share a tip? I do see one question in the chat. Somebody wants a sign-in sheet. I will get that to you. If you're a Pierce College tutor and you want to get paid for being here today, I'll put a link in the chat. Thanks for reminding me. All right, so we've got Lorene. Take it away, Lorene.
Sorry, my mute didn't want to unmute. One of the things that I try to remember before I start is to make sure I smile or have a pleasant look on my face, as opposed to, oh my God, I have to record this, and what does my note say when it's my script? So I always try to keep that in mind and do a practice video before I record my official.
Yes, thank you so much. It's so important to watch your face. And believe me, I am going to be the very last person to tell, especially female-bodied people, that they have to smile. So if smiling isn't your thing, that's okay. I smile, lots of people smile, but you don't have to smile. But also just pay attention to what's going on there in your face, right? Because if you're concentrating, you're thinking, you're doing a lot of things, and those faces can send the wrong message for sure if you're trying to focus on too many things. So do make sure that you are aware of what's going on with your clothing, your facial expression, and all that kind of good stuff, and make sure that you're sending the message that you want to send. Excellent, thank you. All right, Wendy, take it away.
Just a quick tech question, and you might have said this and I might have missed it, but after you do your recording, you can watch it yourself to see if you want to keep it or not, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
And that's just on the recordings page?
That's right. So you can just go to the recordings page of Zoom, and they'll have like a little trash can button and a little play button. So you definitely want to play it before you send it out, right?
Yeah.
And what I do is I'll watch it several times to just kind of see exactly where I want to trim it from the beginning and the end too. And more times than not, I just watch it and then I like get self-conscious and embarrassed and then just do it again. So definitely watch it first.
Well, yeah, I was presuming that, but then the scissors tool lets you snip by time. So like you see how many seconds in.
That's right, yes. But also just keep in mind that that scissor tool will only trim the beginning and the end. But yeah, so you'll have a little timer at the bottom, and
Right.
then you can say, okay, the first 5 seconds was just me coughing, right? So I want to take that out. And then the last 5 seconds was me searching for the stop button. So I want to take that out too. And so you can use the timer to do the trimming.
Got it, thanks.
Oh, thank you. All right, Ivan, take it away.
Oh, yes, you mentioned that we can embed our introduction videos into a discussion board onto the class page. Just to clarify, we should first ask the professor for permission to make a discussion page first, right? Before we start messing with that?
Yeah, if you are in somebody else's class, you definitely want to make sure that they know that you're doing that. Most people are totally cool with it, but you know, It's like walking into somebody's house and just, busting out their cookies. Ask first. I'm sure they want you to eat their cookies, but it's always nice to ask. So yes, definitely, I recommend letting the faculty member know or asking them permission before you do anything like that. Yeah. Great. Thanks for asking that.
We have a question in the chat. Will we be able to review this video again?
Absolutely. Yes. All of these videos are on the 3CSN website. So everything that we do is uploaded there, put into YouTube and uploaded there. But also you can just email me at crystal@3csn.org. O-R-G, and I will send it to you directly. Other questions? Comments, things that have worked? Any disasters? Anybody want to share something horrible that's happened? Don't do this. No, not yet. All right, next time. Oh, go ahead, Lorraine.
I would not record the video when you have someone nearby. My second semester tutoring, I did the video at my mom's house, and my mom decided to stick her head in it and say things about me. And I was on a roll. I was doing really well.
No.
So yeah, try to keep everyone away from you, or just make a big announcement that you're doing your video and please not to disturb.
That's what moms are there for, is to embarrass you. It never goes away. Thanks for sharing.
Oh yeah, no problem.
All right, I see Raquel. Tell me how to pronounce your name correctly and then share your thought.
I'm sorry, I stepped away for a little bit.
No worries.
Had to go grab my water. I was just thinking, I don't teach or anything, but I was thinking to use this for like introducing like our counselors, because there's just a static picture of them, maybe one or two, but maybe like a quick snippet, little them do introductions or students, because you were talking about building community. I'm like, oh, I could use it for that. So that's what I'm thinking to use this for, to introduce staff.
Totally. And it can be 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And do we pronounce your name Raquel? Is that correct?
It's Raquel. Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Raquel. I appreciate that. Yeah. It's a great way to just do a really quick 30-second hello. And it just makes you so much more real and so much more approachable. So thank you. Go ahead, Eddie. Take it away.
I just want to mention that something that kind of came in handy, which you kind of touched up on, was like as far as like mistakes go and stuff, like don't worry about it. I've struggled in the beginning, my first semester, making videos and stuff, having like about 15 trials before I had like a perfect video. And then this semester I kind of took a little bit easier, and there'd be some parts where, you know, maybe I'd stutter a little bit or make a mistake, and I just leave it in there because, you know, we're all human, we all make mistakes, and it might make the students feel a little better too. So that's what I wanted to add.
So good. That's beautiful. Yeah, it's so very true that it's okay if you stutter a little, misspeak, or redo something, because that does make you more approachable. We're all people and we get it. So it doesn't have to be a perfectly polished, you know, intro video. This is not going on CNN, right? Eduardo, go ahead. Eduardo, are you having?
Oh yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Good.
No, yeah. For like introduction videos, I try to make it a bit more like natural, like where like I kind of have a script in front of me as I'm recording the video and reading about my basic like responsibilities about what I do as an embedded tutor. But I oftentimes try to look at the camera directly, because it does look a bit odd when I'm just reading from a script, and it doesn't look like I'm looking at the student directly, if that makes sense. So but there are moments where I do try to, you know, oftentimes look at the camera directly. And if I do forget, oh, like what was like sentence number 2 or 3 that I was supposed to say about my own duties, or like maybe personal background, I do look at the script, and then I look up at the camera on the laptop to make it, I guess, a bit more lifelike when people would like listen to that video.
Totally. Yeah, and just as a tip, I put my script right under my camera. But yeah, even when you're doing that, if you're reading the script, sometimes you can sound a little robotic, which is kind of cool. That's fine. But if you don't want to
Right.
sound a little robotic, making that direct eye contact and looking away from the script is a good idea. But you also don't want to make it really clear that you're like looking at your script like this too. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but some videos look like that, right? Where you can like see the eyeballs going back and forth.
Right.
Again, it's all good, but stylistically, that might not be the vibe you're going for. So for sure, you may want to step away from that script for a second. Okay.
We do have one more question, and feel free everyone else to jump in the chat. Anthony asks, are there other points in a class you'd use videos like this outside of intros, which you would recommend?
Absolutely, totally. In fact, Adon, who I referenced earlier, whose slide I stole, he actually did a whole video on when to do videos, right? If you're getting that same question over and over again, you might just want to shoot a 30-second to 1-minute video to help students get instructions on how to do something. You might want to do a longer video that, maybe expands on an idea that a lot of people are asking you questions about. Just keep in mind that if you start talking about sort of like, deeper, dark or more in-depth concepts, that just keep the length in mind. Nobody's going to watch your 7-minute video. All right. So I would say break them up into 2 or 3-minute chunks. Or just really focus on those key concepts and give people more resources to go to if they want to learn some more. So that's the only word of caution that I have, is that you really do need to watch that length if you're doing a deeper dive. Yeah, great. And thanks, Lindsay. They shot a lot of videos for students just to get some practice problems, right? Just like, these are the practice problems that we're going over and over again, so let me just do one. Right? And then I'll put it up there in the discussion board or whatever, so you can watch it and then maybe ask me questions afterwards. Great question. Thank you. All right. So now it's going to be your turn. So you are going to take 3 minutes. 3 minutes. That's not enough. 3 minutes to just do a super fast prototype of your script. If you already shot your intro video, then you can do a different kind of video, but I would encourage you to, after seeing all of those samples and looking over the tips, to kind of prototype another intro video. There's lots of them to shoot out there. So we're just going to take 3 quick minutes to do a fast prototype. And then you're going to share it with somebody else, and it's going to be sloppy and weird and awkward, and that's okay, because their drafts are going to be sloppy and weird and awkward also. All right. And then when we come back, I'm hoping to have at least one person share their mock intro video with us, so we can kind of hear what it might sound like. All right, so if you can't be here, this is group work from here on out. If you can't be here, it's not going to work out for you. You need to leave now. I totally understand. I won't put you in a breakout room if you can't be in one, because I do want those breakout rooms to be nice and active. But if you do want to stick around, please do stay, and I'll put you in a breakout room. Also, if you want to stick around but you can't be in a breakout room, just tell me in the chat, and then I won't put you in the breakout room and you can stay. All right, so lots of options. Any questions on the task before I set my timer? Okay, I'm setting my timer for 3 silent minutes for you to prototype a video, and then we will share them with each other. Take it away.
Yeah, I'd love to.
That's so good. Okay.
Volunteer, but I was like, I have the Zoom thing on like speaker mode, so I was like, I thought everyone just joined back.
Yeah, no, they're gonna be back in 20 seconds. So you have 20 seconds to like get yourself in the performance zone.
Okay, we got this. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't write like a detailed script. I just kind of have like my elevator pitch.
That's all we want. You had 3 minutes, Helen. 3 minutes. It's not, yeah, we get it. All right. All right, welcome back, everybody. We have our one brave volunteer. Helen is going to give us their welcome speech, their opening talk. as they are sharing, do give some love in the chat. Tell Helen what they're doing right. Give them some hearts, give them some happy faces, give them some explosions. With no further ado, take it away, Helen.
Awesome. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Helen Morales. This is my intro video for political science. I am your political science tutor, and I am here to facilitate your academic journey in political science. So I would absolutely love to be your #1 cheerleader throughout this course. And I just want to let you know that I'm going to be here for you. You're going to see my Canvas inbox emails weekly, and I'm going to be here sending you some, a little bit of announcements that there's going to be a quiz popping up. And if you have any questions, please feel free to join on my Zoom meetings in the provided Canvas listing. So I am here for you, but there are some things that I just can't do. And that includes that I can't lecture, I can't grade work, and I can't do work for you, which this actually works in your benefit, right? Because I'm trying to help you be the best student that you can be. So I will be here for you nonetheless through everything. And even if you just want to pop in and say hi, I'm more than welcome to do so. So please let me know if you want to come in on my provided office hours, or if you want to set up an appointment, I'd be more than happy to do so. Once again, my tutoring info is in the Canvas shell, and yeah, just make sure to enroll in the political science tutoring Canvas shell. It is completely free. It's not going to charge you absolutely anything. I'm here for you. I am here to work for you. Thank you so much for listening to my video, and I really hope you have an awesome day. Thank you so much.
Nice. Very nice. Beautiful. Tell Helen what they did well in the chat. That was super awesome. I particularly like the discussion of what you will not be doing, including relecturing, answering their test questions, all that stuff too. Super, super important, right? So thank you so much. So if you want to stick around, I would love it. If you want to share a video or you want to ask questions, I'm going to hang out. If you have to go, I am putting 3 links in the chat. One link is to our feedback form. So tell us how we're doing. This is important information for us to improve these in the future. The second link is to a call for proposals. So we're going to ask you to see if you want to actually facilitate one of these in spring 2022. If so, check it out. It's for tutors and SIs too. So go ahead and tell me if you want to maybe get something on your resume and try one of these on your own. And also, I want to invite you back next week when this channel, we're going to be talking about how to open your session with some fabulous openers and some fabulous icebreakers. So the third link in the chat that I'm putting up is a link to the whole workshop series this semester. So we really hope to see you all again. So with that, it is 4:01. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to stop my recording and then